I want him to get it out quicker. It's not a walkthrough, playthrough, review, anything like that. It's just me playing the game badly so you can see what it looks like. Okay then, this is CastleVania The Adventure for the Game Boy, being played on a Super Game Boy on the SNES, SNES, via an EverDrive cartridge for the Game Boy, and believe it or not, this is the first time I have ever played any CastleVania game. I don't know what I'm doing, clearly. I don't. What is that guy? He looks like he's made of mud. Slime. Something unpleasant. Like something you might find in the kitchen of this house. Or maybe one of the housemates. Several. I don't know. Well, that's just... okay. I don't know what those things are. Can I direct my whip? I guess it's a whip. Could be a chain, but I'm going to say... I'm going to presume it's a whip. I would like to be able to whip upwards. I don't know why whacking candles with a whip is a good thing, but it seems to be. Or does it? Yeah, it gives me that, whatever that is. Where are these drips coming from? These slimy, gooey... what the bloody hell was that? Okay. Yeah, no idea. I know there are people who really love this series. I don't know. I don't know what I think of this, really. It seems competent. It seems to function as a game. It's responsive enough. I don't really know. Wow, rolling eyeballs. They're good. I've heard. Oh God, I mean, I roll my eyes, but that's just taking the piss. What's the cross foot? Oh God, get off. I'm guessing I'm flashing because I'm in trouble. Oops. Get off me, you little bastard. I don't know what it is. It's not dead. That's one thing that it is. Do I have... I'm guessing that's... what? Birdie. Attacked by a budgie. Bit of graphical glitching going on there. Go away, you bastard parrot. Ugh. That's difficult, hitting those when you've got to jump to get... You, sod off. Do you notice that graphical glitching going on there? Oh, sod off. Just duck. Further. I'm about to die. Well, I'm getting money, but I want life. I want more life. Yeah. Okay, we have another life. Can you get that now? Whoa! Okay, well that was okay, I guess. Bugger off. Gimme. That was... I wonder, did this glitching happen on an actual Game Boy, or is it just because we're using a Super Game Boy? Not a clue. Oh! Ooh! Oh, we got him. Give me that. I think that's money, isn't it? Seems to be. Oh, here we go. Here's the eyeballs. Don't you roll your eyes at me. Someone would have said at some point. Oh, give me that. Get back up on there. There we go. I don't know if the whip works on the eyes. I wouldn't like a whip in my eyes. But... oh, it does. Okay. Ass! Can't whip from the rope. This is all sounding very... oh! Oh God. Get off me, you little bastard. No. Go away. He's a bit slow with his whip. I would like him to be like... I want him to get it out quicker. So I can whip them quicker. There's just some serious... there's the S&M stuff going on here. I want that. I don't, sod it. Probably needed to be up there to get it. And then how the hell would you get that one? It's not really it's not easy to do commentary on this game. There's not an awful lot. It's not prompting any wondrous one-liners, but oh, you bugger. It plays well enough, I think. It's not the kind of game I would spend a lot of time playing now. Oh, you bastard. It's not one I would spend a lot of time playing now, but I think back in the day I would have played this. I probably would have played this quite a lot. I mean, the objective is reasonably clear. Don't die. Kill everything. Which is what you need, really. These days I tend to look for something with a little bit more... something that sets them apart and makes them interesting. Game Boy, for me these days, is a bit of a non-event. It made sense as a handheld back in the day because long battery life, really, and you could play fairly competent versions of what were at that time somewhat dated games, but you know, on the go, what could you expect? But now there are very few games on it that I'm like, oh, I wish I could play that again, or coming to a new game like this. I don't think, oh, I do think, oh, I also think you Burke, you died at that same spot twice in a row. Yeah, Game Boy doesn't blow me away. It never would have, but back then it had a certain, it made sense. There was a logic to its existence, where now not so much, and only a few games on it are really like, yeah, that's the one to play. Like Tetris. Tetris on the Game Boy is like perfect Tetris. And also thingy, Double Dragon. I love Game Boy Double Dragon, but that I think is a nostalgia thing, and I love the sound of the music on it as well. But there aren't many, and this, I would have played it back in the day, and if I had, I probably would feel good bit of nostalgia for it now. But I didn't, so I'm like, it's alright. It'll do. Won't play it again. Thank you for watching. Hello. Today's question for Q&A is from Jason Arnopp's Terrifying House of Obsession. That's a cool channel name, Jason. Link to his channel down there. He asks, for Q&A, provided no one else has asked, obviously, they haven't, or if they have, I've forgotten. I very much enjoy your second channel, Benway's World, but you seem to have all but downed tools over there. All we saw on that channel during 2019 was one video of dashcam footage. So I'm curious as to the reasons why you launched the channel all those years ago, and your thoughts on the idea of running a personal channel like Benway's World now. And maybe your general thoughts on YouTubers compartmentalising their output with second or even third channels. For the record, I have 4 channels. It's a good question, and I've got to think about answers to this because I actually had forgotten the reason for part of it. Why have I downed tools effectively on Benway's World? I'll tell you what having said I have 4 channels, I'll tell you what they are. There's obviously this one. There is Benway's World, which is like my vlogging channel, or that was the intention. There is, what's his name? Isambard Montague. There's his channel, which that's been on hiatus basically since the Tories took over, because I couldn't compete with them on idiocy. They beat me at his own game. And I've got another channel called Playing Android Badly, which is exactly what it sounds like, and that is also on hiatus because it all comes down to the main reason I stopped producing content for Benway's World, which is time. I stopped having the time. I think, if I remember rightly, because it's a while, I stopped producing content over there when I started doing, or stopped producing a lot, when I started studying with the Open University and then Open College of the Arts, and then I started working in my cleaning job as well, and all of that combined, it just meant I didn't have the time to produce content for this channel and that channel as well. And then my life just took a major turn in a different direction when I split up with Andrea and moved out of there. And it's like, even if I had the time, I didn't really, for quite a while, I didn't really have anything to say, or that I wanted to say, or anything to share. It's just life became different, and I think I felt more, I didn't want to share it. It was like my private life became more private and not something I wanted to share. And in a lot of ways it became, for quite a while, it was just humdrum. I went to work, I went home, I played video games, I made content for here. And that lasted a while. Obviously my life is different again now. I'm seeing Joe, I'm living in Joe's place at the moment while we're on lockdown, but it's like, yeah, I kind of want to keep that part of my life private really. I don't want to share it on Benway's World. Also, there is YouTube played a hand in it as well. They changed their monetization rules, and it's not that I resented putting up content that they wouldn't monetize, because they got stricter, and where Benway's World had been monetized, it was demonetized because there weren't enough subscribers and whatever. I didn't resent that, but channels that weren't monetized didn't get the coverage, they didn't get the exposure, and basically I would be uploading videos into the void with little hope of getting views, which it's not really the main reason. Largely it was down to time, but it was a factor that I felt just a little bit like, if I find the time to make a video, which was hard enough, knowing that so few people were going to see it anyway, it was just another discouraging factor. So yeah, mostly it was just lack of time, but there were other factors. My life had changed, YouTube had changed, it all combined, so that in the end I just concentrated all my efforts into doing this, which is what I'm still doing, and largely now if I've got something else to talk about, I will upload it to here. In the future I may do other stuff on that channel. I feel bad having these like 4 channels and 3 of them are effectively abandoned. One day maybe I'll pick them up where I left off. It would be nice. But I mean, it's funny, under lockdown I thought, yep, I'm going to have lots of time to produce lots of content. I can do videos every day. I could even do stuff for my other channels. And then I didn't. And there has been I don't know if it's been a meme, but certainly a saying under lockdown that if the things you weren't doing before you're still not doing under lockdown, not having enough time, which was maybe your excuse before, probably isn't the real reason you're not doing those things. I think that's proven to be true, certainly of those things and of some other things, though not everything, because lockdown being what it is, some of Benway's world was about travel. Can't travel at the moment. What else did you ask? Thoughts about people compartmentalising their output. Yes, in terms of creating YouTube content, compartmentalising actually is a useful thing to do. And there have been different arguments over the years. Sometimes it was a good thing to do, sometimes it was a bad thing to do. I suppose it depends how focused you want to be, how successful do you want to be. For someone who is doing YouTube as a hobby, purely as a hobby, without really caring about any kind of success whatsoever, chuck everything on one channel. If it's a this is me, these are all my interests. If your audience is interested in you and everything you're interested in, put it all on one channel. However, if you are aiming at a more focused audience and are aiming to have some level of success and monetization and that kind of thing, compartmentalizing makes sense. Even to the extent, on this channel, I don't know where I'm pointing, I can't even see, I can't focus with these glasses on. Even on this channel I have 2 different audiences. There are the people who subscribe for my hardware reviews of like the handhelds and emulation systems and Android bits of kit and stuff and tap from China. People who subscribe for those, and that's where most of my subscribers come from. They see one of those videos, they think this is interesting, I'll subscribe, I'd like to see more of this, and then they see all of my gameplay videos and they're like, don't want this, and they either just don't watch or they unsubscribe. My subscriber count actually goes down when I make gameplay videos. But there you go. My subscriber count increases if I don't make videos, and that's because of those review things. So I mean, logically speaking, if I wanted to be more successful, I would have one channel for hardware reviews and one channel for gameplay reviews, but it's way too late to be splitting the channel. You know, this is how it is and this is how it'll stay. But if I was to put up a lot of other content as well, like the stuff that I put on Benway's World, that would harm this channel even more. So that's why compartmentalising does, from having a focused channel, compartmentalising makes sense. Have another channel if you're going to do something different. Being focused, I think, matters more on an established channel. But if you're just starting out, or you don't care about how many views or viewers you get or monetization or anything like that, just chuck it all on one channel.
Let people see who you are, what you're into. From that can be a learning process in terms of finding out actually what are people interested in. If you don't really know what you want to do on YouTube, do everything. Find out what people respond to. Then maybe narrow your focus and concentrate on the bit that's got people's interest, and start another channel that covers all the other stuff that audience really doesn't give a crap about, but you still want to talk about. So you make a side channel to cover all of that. Yeah, that's about all I've got to say about that. Was there anything else? No, I think that covers it. Okay, anyone else who's got any questions they would like answering in a video like this, leave your question in the comments below and begin with for Q&A, so I know not to just answer in the comments. And thank you for watching.
Not without a knighthood, not a chance. Anyway, Benway who? Oh, you lot. Hello? What? Oh, please subscribe. Thank you. Can I go now?